Alright, Eugene Backyard Repair here for another. We are working on a Stihl FS45. She's a rough one. Bring you in here close. Look at the carburetor. Look at the rust in them freaking bolt holes. Oh my gosh. Lady up the street brought, actually I got three different weed whackers. One of them will turn you here. It's right there on the floor. Now that one I put new fuel lines in it. I was going to do a well run on it. Had new fuel lines I put on, and I put a primer bowl on that thing. Put some fuel in it, primed it just to make sure the carburetor was going to prime up before I go do a video on all of it and have to rebuild the carburetor. Pulled it twice and started. That one was worse than this one, or at least worse looking. So let's see if we can revive this one. I don't know. We got some parts, and first we're going to pull this air filter and see what's in it. Yeah. She's a rough one. There's a lot of dirt in there. Anyway. Whew. I think the first thing we're going to do, we're going to blow some of the dirt off. And I'm afraid to press that primer ball, I'm afraid it's going to deteriorate to nothing, but we're going to clean this off with some air first, and then we'll get you right back. Hang on. Alright, we got it cleaned off a little bit. Nothing too severe here. Yes. Alright, first we're going to look and see if we got fuel lines on this thing. Stihl's pretty good on their line. Got two lines on it. What's the tank look like? Oh, this cap is so greasy. Yeah. I can't take the grease. I got to pressure wash these three machines when the grease is thick. Somebody running way too much oil on their fuels. Yeah, that's a lot of grease. I don't know where this thing was sitting, but well, I know it was in the garage, but it was in a separate part of the garage, and she brought them out, so I'm guessing it was sitting underneath a pile of junk for years. So I think she said this one has run 7 years. Woo, it's got something in the tank that doesn't smell good. Well, whew, some of the tank smells real bad. Hang on one second. Now we dumped the fuel out the tank. Somebody's tried to start this. That's not the worst fuel I've ever smelled. So somebody tried to start this, and I think that's how I ended up with it. I probably could have. You know what? That fuel don't smell good, but I can pump it to the carburetor. I just don't think it'll run on it real well. It smells like it's more gas than the mix. So we're just gonna pump this through so we can get something to get the carburetor even prime. I don't know if it's not hitting the filter or what, because it isn't priming up. That's always great. We're just gonna add some regular fuel to this and see if we can at least get. I just want to see it prime, so I know the carburetor is pumping fuel through it. So we're just gonna grab some regular. I'm not gonna run it on this anyway. We're gonna have to. I don't have any more premix, so we're gonna have to play around, find my 2-stroke oil, and mix up a gallon. I just want something in this so I can see if it'll prime. If it don't prime, we're gonna have to pull the carb off. Thank God it's 2-stroke, because 2-strokes usually the carburetors don't get too bad on. The fuel pumps do harden up. I don't see nothing coming through this pump. I can hear it coming out, but I don't think it's picking up anything. Alright. Yeah, I'm not getting the prime. Put the cap back in. Get back in there, you puck. Alright. I think, oh, I remember these. This got the, I think they're 5/16, but the socket is so thin that it's almost impossible to get something in there. I think I modified one to fit. Hang on. All right, let's find out. Here it is. A 5/16 nut driver that I ground down really small. And that doesn't even fit. Fits on one side, so it's got to fit on the other. Yeah, I had to grind this down so you can get it in here. I remember I've done one of these before. And for some reason, Stihl thought it was a good idea to recess the nut in there instead of making it flat, so you have to use a special tool. Yeah, I spun this on the grinder for a while to get this down small enough where it'll fit. Here's the hardware. I'll find the one where to put it where I'm not going to lose it. Of course, the gas is coming off with the filter. Grab the screwdriver. Of course it is. What else would we expect? Nothing less. The gasket gets squeezed right into the holes on this plastic, and then you get squeezed right in the holes on the back here. And where do we go? Right through these holes, and then you end up ripping the gasket. I probably have this gasket somewhere, but I'm trying not to rip them, just in case. Stuck to the carb a little bit here. I think that's oil. Seen something on the front of the carburetor. I was kind of curious what it may be. I think it's just oil. I've never taken one of these apart, so forgive me. It'll take me a minute to figure. They're all different. This one got a linkage that runs up, over, and down the side here. Looks like it's half out. Come on. Trying to get the linkage to release. There it goes. So that's released. I think I might have to push these lines. Like I said, they're really good on their lines where they're like really soft. I don't know what the material they're made out of, and they're preformed, so that's, it got good and bad points. Because if this line is got a hole in it, you have to buy a whole new line kit for Stihl because they're preformed. If I can get this off, I'll show you. Even where they go to the tank is all one piece. Come on. Whoa! Well, we got a flow of fuel coming out. And that was the, I think that was the return line. Yeah, the tank was pressurized from me pumping on it. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Me pumping on this is pressurizing the tank. Well, so how the heck are you supposed to remember which is the in and which is out, because they're the same size line? But the lines ain't on backwards. These lines are crisscrossed. Ah, because one's too short. You can't fit this one up to the top. It won't let you. One line is really short. See the lines on here? One of them, this one's really short. It won't make it up to the top. Alright, well, I was wondering how they kept you from putting them backwards. Try to get the rear gasket off here without, oh, there it goes, ripping it. There we have it. We got a carburetor. We're going to pull off this side and see if the pump went bad. I think it's on this side. Of course, I don't have this pump. I bought fuel pumps, but I don't think I have this fuel pump. Of course I didn't. I didn't know I was going to be working on another Stihl. I get the kit open. I got them right here. Jeez. Alright. Here's the kits. All individual. But it's only one kind of fuel pump. I don't think it's this one. Take out the 4 screws here and take this. I think the pump is on this side. I think when you prime this, it pushes in and out of the fuel pump. I haven't rebuilt too many of these 2-stroke carburetors because they're not usually worth it. Usually it's like $15 to $22 to buy another one. So we end up most of the time just replacing them, because you end up taking them apart 15 times because it won't idle right, or it won't get full throttle. I don't know. This one got a little more hope on it. It's got the adjusters on the side, so at least you can do something with it. Most of them, these are fixed. They're so rusty though. This thing looks like it had water leaking on it. Careful here. Alright. I don't care about this side of it. Yep, there's the fuel pump right there. It's not hardened up. But usually you can't get these pumps off. And I'm trying to look at my kit. Usually you can't get this pump off and then you end up ripping it and then it's no good. I think my kit is the same pump. It looks like it is. Alright, we're going to bring it back. I'm going to have to use a X-Acto knife and see if we can get underneath this and remove it, maybe a little heat. We'll see if we can get it off. Alright, with a little heat we got the pump off, but it's hardened up. So, the needle's moving. We're going to take some carb cleaner, we're going to spray around in here, clean this out, and we're going to try just putting the new fuel pump on this and see if it helps. Alright, we'll bring it back. I'm going to clean this out. Alright, we got cleaned out. I just wanted to show you one of these carb kits. They come in these little packages. It's got every piece you could think of if you want to take it all the way apart. This little thing down here, but it looks like they use a sealer on them. This one down here, it's all in this kit. They're pretty good. It's got a new needle arm here to pick it up with. This one looks like it's working okay. I think it's the fuel pump. So we're gonna pause you 1 second. I'm gonna get the fuel pump out here. We're gonna try just putting the pump in. Hang on. All right, we're gonna put in a fuel pump, but this fuel pump is different. It's got the 2 holes. This one only got a single hole in it. Right there. I think I'll put the old one back in it. I'm not putting that. This one's got both of the fuel pump diaphragms, but not this one. Yeah. Even the other diaphragm in here is different than that one. It's got both diaphragms, but they're both different. Well, that sucks. Whoops. Got the spring. This kit will not work on this. It doesn't look like it'll work on this pump. I think there's 3 different kinds of carbs out for these. So we're going to have to put this one back in. Hopefully I got cleaned it out enough. I didn't rip it, so. Yeah, I didn't get a video out for this Sunday because unfortunately all the projects have been coming in lately are big. Like, don't fit in the garage big. So I apologize if I've been keeping a pretty steady schedule on Sundays, but I didn't have anything in advance. I had another weed whacker I was gonna do, but ended up being that one was like super clean, so I ended up putting just fuel in that one, and sure enough, I don't think it was used, or if it was used once and they drained it. I don't know, but I ended up getting rid of that one to a family member, near the weed whacker, and This one, that one was a lightweight John Deere, so he could swing it in one hand because he was a tall dude. So I sold it. It's gonna cost him almost as much to try to fix his Black Max, I think is the name of the company, than it was just to sell him a whole weed whacker that was brand new. That one he got some from a friend of his that gave it to him, so it might not have been any good. Anyway, we're just putting the screws back in the bottom here. Yes, I know they look like just use a Phillips on them. Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing, the Phillips ends up stripping them out. Alright, so we got the fuel pump back on. The problem still could be in this other side. This side's got some one-way valves and stuff on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just look at this. Go back on this way. I'm going to put the lower line on here, which I think is this one. I'm just going to prime it and see if any fuel tries to pump through. There's nothing trying to come through this thing. So either A, there's still a problem in this carburetor, or B, there's something in the bottom of this, like the bottom of the line broke off. Alright, we're going to bring you back. I'm going to see if I can get a line to fix this, and we're going to try pumping it without the tank. Alright, we swapped the tops on this with a different primer, and it definitely has a failure on the internally. You pump it, you can hear it coming out you can hear it push air out this, which is the return, but it won't prime up. So it has an internal failure somewhere. But we won't give up hope, because on the floor over there I have a Stihl that blew up. Hang on. Saving parts. We have a second Stihl. It looks identical to this one. We're going to try popping this carburetor off of this one, put it on that one. Hang on one second. Same procedure. Pull off a couple screws here, and we'll pull this carburetor off and try it on that one. Hang on. Alright, we got her off. This one hasn't run in years. So we're going to try putting this one on this one. Why the heck not, you know? Can't hurt. Lines are angled just a little different on this one, but not much. This must be an older model, because they use metal parts on this one. The other one's plastic. This throttle linkage doesn't sit in a hole. I don't understand what this sits on. You can't just sit here. I see a pin on the back of it. Huh. No. I just want to see if it'll prime. I hear this one pushing fuel. They're pushing fuel. Alright, we're going to put this back together and see if it'll run on this one. Hang on. Alright, now I know what the problem was with this carb. It overflows. The needle's not shutting back off. Still haven't figured out this linkage part. Mine is bolted on. This one got bolt on, but doesn't seem to go anywhere. Oh, so this one's just got a pin. It just sits in a hole. Well, that's stupid. So what keeps it from falling off? Mine is actually bolted to the machine. Let's take a flashlight out and see if this one's stripped. No, just sits in a hole. Awesome. Good quality right there. Alright, I'll bring it back in 1 second. I gotta pull just the top part off here and see if make sure the needle is moving up and down. Alright, we get the carburetor back on. I wonder if it'll run. I don't remember what. I think the other one blew up. I don't know. Let's see. I think that's on. Alright, primed it. Choke is on. Whoops. Yeah, no, I'm only running along with that white mix in there. Alright, I think I'm gonna back you up and then we're gonna have to start this on the floor. Hang on. Let's see. It has some mix in there because it's got the one that was in it. I'm not sure which is on and which is off here. Got too much fuel in it. Needs to dry out. I think that overflowing of that fuel didn't do us any good. Alright, we're gonna pull the plug and take a look at this one.
Hey, excuse me. What's up, you guys? How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Can I do a freestyle for you guys real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Alright, there we go. I took the plug out. Clean it off in the wire wheel, dry out some of it with the air gun. You fire it up. I'm glad to see one of these parts. I'm just gonna run a full throttle here. We got a low and a high speed adjustment here. Sounds pretty good to me. I think we got her. I'll make sure I'm adjusting the right one here. I went all the way in and back out one and a half. 1 1/4, 1 1/2. Yeah, I might have it too low. Alright, we're gonna take these out and we're gonna clean some jets here with some carb cleaner. Make sure she's all good, because it's still got a hard start. Alright, we're gonna pause you right here. I'm gonna put this up in the bench and I'm gonna take these 2 jets out and clean them. Alright, looks like we're in the same boat as we were with the other carburetor. I think that's why I stopped using that one. This one got internal failure. You can prime it up, which it doesn't seem to fill the bowl. No. And you can spray it, it'll burn up the spray, and then that's it. But it has an internal failure. This one's going to need a new carb. 2 old used ones did not fix the problem. It happens. Sometimes they just fail to the point where you can't get them to work no more. Like so many broken fuel pumps up here. It's not even funny. Fuel pumps are usually the main failures. I bought the kits. don't feel like this fuel pump. I bought the kit figuring I could just swap pumps in and oh, I know what that was from. That's from this other bowl. So anyway, the kits don't fit that carburetor. Kids don't have the right fuel pump. So these don't work on them. They'll work on something. Don't work on Stihl. Alright, running this one here. This one was a failure for trying to fix that carburetor. I should have gave up and I should probably start ordering carburetors before tearing them apart, because internal failures in the carburetor, I think I'll show you on this one. Some of the ports you have to get into are almost impossible. Then how do you get them back in? Underneath here, inside of this. That's a one-way valve. So there's a jet in the middle. So lots of places where you can get failures, and you can't get to them to clean them. Even though ultrasonic cleaner won't take all that stuff out, it'll just vibrate the stuff off the outside and it'll still stay stuck in them ports. Alright, we're gonna polish you. Crimps on this mess. We're gonna end this video here. This one failed. Alright, we're back. We put that carburetor in the ultrasonic cleaner for about 35-40 minutes. It will run. The fuel pump is really weak in it because here, we'll show you. So when the priming speeds up, the fuel pump is weak. So when I'm priming, I'm pumping the fuel pump. It runs, and the thing about it right, eventually it'll just stall here. So if I need to re-rack, I can use it like that. Problem is it won't idle, so, well, I got the idle turned up now, so. Run like that for a while. I might clean this player off because it's never blocking this carburetor. But if it's a bad fuel, weak fuel pump, nothing's going to carry it. Sometimes the fuel pump came off the other one. I think I put it on that one. That's what it does. I mean, it's Stihl sit here and run, but it's not right. We have new carburetors on for tomorrow, and we'll fix it back up then. Now I probably won't start because I would have children. It starts, but that's not the right. It's not right. We're not gonna leave it like that, and I wouldn't send it back to somebody pretending that that was the right way to do it. I got the idle turned up high now, so that doesn't mean it'll cold start. You come out a few days from now and try cold start it, and won't be able to start it at all. Fuel pump's not like I said, it's not pumping as much fuel as the engine needs to run on. So in here when I hit that primer, when I hit that primer, it'll speed up, but then it'll smooth back out unless you're on the throttle. So definitely a fuel pump issue. It sucks it. The only problem with this fuel pump's in, I might pop this cover off. I'll show you on one of these. Come on. The same square pump. So these are really thin. These got two holes out here. One's got a single hole. So That's to put the air back underneath here to push it, help push it back up. Get the pulse going. This metal piece pulses. The center piece here. This is the top side facing upward. This side the pulse, and then it pushes this metal thing into the arm that opens up the float needle. That's why. So it's got to have air come back around the side to push that back out. It does have a spring return on the float needle, but it's not always enough to pick this back up. So yeah, I have to go online again and always have another set of carb kits, and I'm trying to get all the carb kits so I don't have to keep ordering carbs. So they'll be able to just put a new float in there. I think the diaphragm side's still the same. We got a bunch of spacers and other things in here. Check out the gaskets blowing away here. This side, which is got the one-way valves, I think it's the same. Got some different spacers here, different kinds of valves. I think the orientation's different. Got another spacer down there. Yeah, so I think that part of it's the same. So for mine, doesn't use the big spacers. It uses one kind of like this, with nothing in the middle. So this carb kit will not work on them. That doesn't, like I said, that's not a big deal. I have a black Max. I'm gonna get up on video soon in the back room there that needs the carb work too. I might try rebuilding that one before I go order on the carb. So I'm hoping these carb kits fit on something. Alright, let's pause you here and we'll end this video. Alright, we clean up the mess off the bench here. Like I said, we're gonna save these carb kits. They'll work on something. They didn't work on this one, but they will work on hopefully a future project. And I got needles. I got new springs. I got the arm for the needle. I got some gaskets. So even if it's only parts and pieces out of this one, we'll still use it. So put this up here on the shelf. These are carburetor parts in here, and we just end this one here right now. We're not done with this one. Oh, sorry, a little all over the place. I'm trying to pick up a couple of. We're not done with this one. We're done with it for today. We will pick this up tomorrow and swap in a new carb, and hopefully she'll run like a dream. That'll be 2 down, 1 more to go for this lady, and then I got my own. So we'll get the carb swapped in, and we'll go for round 2 on. We'll go for round 2 on this one, and we'll get it fixed up. We're out of here. Peace.